Representatives of the American Indian movement spent the night on the Capitol steps protesting the bill, and when they attempted to enter in the morning, they were turned away. State patrolmen guarded the doors and allowed legislators, newsmen, and other citizens to pass through, but refused to let any Indian inside.
After about 2 hours of our efforts, it came to the attention of some concerned senators, some concerned representatives, news media, private citizens, who seen the blatant discrimination that was going on here this morning. And this continued through until such time that these senators put pressure into the majority leader of the House, the majority leader of the Senate, to reverse their ruling to keep members of the Indian community out of this state capitol. The reason we found out where these orders came from is that we did have a brief conversation with Ted Bryant, who for apparent reasons is now wanting to talk to us a little bit. And he made the remark that the decision was made by the majority leader of the House, the majority leader of the Senate. And so this is factual information. We also have many senators and representatives who are willing to testify in any court suit involving this situation of discrimination.
The Indians say they'll file formal discrimination charges with the State Civil Rights Commission Monday morning. For several hours this morning, no Indian was allowed inside the Capitol, even those who explained they had no connection whatsoever with the protest. Dallas Howard is a counselor for the United Indian Scholarship Services. He had brought 4 Indian boys to the Capitol, in his words, to show them democracy in action. He says they received quite a lesson. John Redmond, Channel 4 Eyewitness News.
I said, I know several people. I said, I know blacks, I know whites. But as an Indian, you mean I can't go? He said, right forward to the DNA.
The Supreme Court's blessing on school busing as a constitutional, sometimes necessary technique for wiping out all vestiges of public school segregation was received rather quietly. One conservative Senate leader said privately that you can't trust a Republican when he becomes Chief Justice of the United States. But that was just the old conservative gut hate for the Supreme Court surfacing. It totally misses the point that the court's opinion was a unanimous decision for school integration now. Having had time to read the decision, 2 approaches are developing. Southerners seem to feel that this was a regional decision, punitive to the South. They're privately pressing President Nixon to renew his costly political promise to make the next Supreme Court justice a Southerner, so the South has a voice on the court. Of course, one of the sitting justices, Justice Black, is an Alabaman. A second interpretation is that the Supreme Court is only saying try it. Try busing once. Preliminary inquiry at the Justice Department indicates the Nixon administration will not prosecute school systems that do that. But few localities in the country can afford a fleet of school buses, much less a fleet for just one try. This is Eyewitness News correspondent John Chambers at the U.S. Capitol.